Welcome back. I'm ADH Decent. Let's get stuck in. More news with Skyrim. It's been busy recently. A couple of days ago, Skyrim was officially released on GOG, which is awesome. If you don't know what GOG is, it's essentially Steam's rival, another gaming platform and launcher. The difference being that everything on the GOG store is DRM free. We like that. So you can play Skyrim without connecting to any online services, without requiring an internet connection at all, without worrying about any account checks or forced updates, just like the good old days. On top of that, GOG has this beautiful version rollback system, allowing you to select previous versions of the game to run instead of having to keep the game up to date. This is huge news, and it is very, very useful. One thing you may have noticed is that the version on GOG is currently a more updated version than the one available on Steam. With Steam running 1.6.640, GOG version is 1.6.659. The difference between these two versions is very little. It's mostly configuration files for save game files, for your load order files that are stored in different locations than they would be using the Steam version. So, what do you need to know? Should you get Skyrim on GOG? Kind of a personal preference on that one. Consider where the majority of your game library is, and if that is going to be of some use to have it all together. If you use Steam for most games, maybe keep it on Steam, but if you're looking for a DRM free version, then maybe the GOG version is for you. The other thing to think about is with the recent release of a Steam Deck, if you're wanting to play Skyrim on the go and you have it in your Steam library, then the GOG version might not be for you. GOG has Skyrim on offer at the moment. It is actually a really good deal, so if you're looking to get it and you haven't yet got it on PC, this is a good way to get it on PC without paying a big price tag. As we mentioned earlier, it's DRM free, which is incredibly useful to a lot of gamers, especially with offline games. And of course, the most useful feature being the version rollback, which when using mods is going to prove vital when they decide to keep updating these little things that decide to just ruin all the mod setup. As it is only just launched, you will have to wait for there to be previous versions. At the moment, the latest version is the version number available through GOG. Eventually in future, this will prove useful and you can revert back to previous versions. So if you have it already but you're looking for a DRM free version with the rollbacks, then yes, get it. And get it while it's on sale. It's a great price. It's not going to be too bad. If not, if you've got the version and you're happy, stick with it. The game itself is still the same. Will GOG version work with mods? Yes, with it being 0.659. So at the moment, the mods will need to be updated to be able to be working with that version. When they do catch up and they get there, and the mods will work. So you might need a little bit of patience while they're updated. Usually mod authors are pretty quick to turn these things around, but it'll get there. Will GOG version work with SKSE? Yes. SKSE has actually already been updated and a GOG version for 1.6.659 is uploaded to the official SKSE site already. Should I get Anniversary Edition or Special Edition? Anniversary Edition is essentially just a DLC that contains Creation Club content. The game itself is still the same, so whether or not you want that Creation Club content, that'll be your answer. I bought Special Edition, but it's showing as Anniversary Edition in the version number. Bethesda overcomplicated this by releasing Anniversary Edition as both a DLC and an update. So if you have the latest version of Skyrim, anything over 1.6, you are actually running the Anniversary Edition, just without the DLC. Special Edition applies to anything below 1.6, so you can kind of forget that term now and just use AE for anything from 1.6 onwards. And there we have it, another update in a way. This one's kind of a bit more interesting. GOG version is fantastic, finally, after how many years. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to do anything with the other 6 copies of the game, but this one for me, with the DRM and the rollback feature, is definitely worth getting, especially with the offer on at the moment. That's all for this video. I'll see you soon.